Just wee bit tired.
Yeah, I feel that. Long week.
Yeah. How was I know we talked about Fox Dittos last time, and I see that this is a match of you versus Curve. How's that been
Yes.
going?
It's good. I've been definitely feeling better about the Fox Dittos lately. As far as like, let's just say we're finding neutral, but like kind of just not like really tightening defense. Because I feel like if I tighten defense, then I feel like my offense becomes a lot more like focused. Like I kind of look for more specific things that I know will lead to more things.
Yeah.
Um, so focusing a lot more on like stage positioning and how I feel like more comfortable in certain positions. And I feel like I was playing a lot better in this set than I was in like the last set that we reviewed. And I also beat Curve a couple weeks ago in a best of three.
Mhm.
And then I lost this one, but I feel like definitely I feel like I kept it relatively close.
Nice. Yeah, that's really good. I feel like honestly, that's pretty much our goal when working with matchups and stuff is like trying to make it where you're aware of positioning and like the parts of melee that are probably less explicit than play out X mix up this way or whatever. Or it's like
Hmm.
I want you to be playing the game and always trying to do the thing that will give you the best chance of winning an interaction, right? And that's what positions are, picking specific moves to actually get value from when you win situations, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I think that's really good.
Yeah, there was like a time where like the Puff matchup like clicked for me in a way that I was like, wow, she literally just wants to back air or grab, and the only other thing you have to do is play around that. Like you're not playing like it's like not playing melee, but like you literally are just trying to grab the thing. Like
Yeah.
you really don't need to worry about much other things. And I felt really like sometimes if I just boil matchups down to like the game plan, I feel so much more like
Mhm.
comfortable in them.
No, I mean, I think that's a really good. Once you understand what the character actually wants, you could get
Yeah.
rid of all the. You could trim the fat. It's like you're playing against
Hmm.
Puff. It's like, oh man, gotta worry about XXX Puff things, and you take a step back and you're like, wait, all she's gonna do is either drift in bear or not drift
Yeah.
in, and sometimes she'll overshoot with pound, and I will just simply choose to avoid it or hit it sometimes, and it's like, wow, matchup fucking solved. Obviously, there's more things that
Yeah.
happen inside of it, but it's like it really
Mhm.
it matters so much to actually get down to what is the most important things you need to focus on. So
Yeah, literally.
yeah, I
And
like that you bring
sometimes
Puff up. Good
if
example.
they're like on ledge or something, just because they ledge stalled 3 times does not mean you have to go chase them. Like
Yeah,
you don't have to go there. You can actually just hang out.
yeah. There's nothing different between the first and the third ledge stall.
Yeah, that blew my fucking mind. I gotta be honest.
No,
It
I feel
shouldn't
the
have, but it
same
really
way.
did.
That's the classic melee thing where it's like, dude, it has to be different this time. But it's like there's nothing that would ever make it different. This guy's gonna nair
Yeah.
in the same place every time. This guy's gonna
Hmm.
he's gonna refresh again. It's not gonna be any different. It's just like if you weren't able to deal with it the first time, it's probably just something that you probably can't do much about, and same shit, and you get to ignore it.
Hmm. Exactly. And
Yeah.
starting to kind of like notice like good pattern or like bad patterns on good players. It
Mm.
was something I felt like was always really really tough because I felt like the pressure was like so much just in like neutral and combo game, but just identifying like, oh wow, he really does try and dash attack in the corner or something, and like there's definitely like things that you can capitalize on.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's really good too. It's
Yeah.
definitely hard to. One of the big things of like all of the good players, what they're good at is just like when people give them free openings, they will take it. And it's like, well, of
Hmm.
course, you'll take when someone messes up. But there's like so many times where
Hmm.
someone literally does something that's like essentially death, and they won't die
Hmm.
for it. But like you play ex top player Jmook, Jmook probably fucking kills you. Mango will kill you. Zane will kill you, or
Yeah.
whatever, right? It's like that is like what makes a good player. So
Hmm.
I think,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah, super duper important, and no one ever talks about it like that because it's like you gotta. There's so many other things in melee that happen, but it's also like
Hmm.
melee is such a hard game where being good at hitting people for messing up or doing bad things is so important because it's gonna happen all the time. The game's really hard,
Yeah.
you know.
It happens a lot more than I feel like I used to see in good players,
Yeah.
and it used to just be like, okay, like I'll get like double four stalked in Boston by like better foxes, and I was like, wow, it's like I can't even come close. But really, there's so much that starts to kind of like unlock as far as like understanding where they get nervous, and like I can tell like Curve gets so tilted that I'm playing a box. And
I
there's a lot that
know.
really helps with that. Like you can actually take that and kind of run with it.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it when like fiction talks about it, talks about reading the mental state of his opponent or whatever. I think it's
Hmm.
extremely valid because there's sometimes when I'm playing on the setup and someone makes a certain decision and I'm like, this guy's fucking pissed. It's like
Yeah.
you could tell, and being able to like do something about it is so important for winning tournament sets
Exactly.
because you'll have the guy that sits in shield every single situation. You're like, this guy has no idea what's going on. He's terrified. I'm just gonna do whatever I want to him. He's not gonna punish me.
Yeah.
It's like being able to do that makes the game so much easier because it's
Hmm.
like if you don't have to worry about some things, oh my god, I'd love to play melee, being able to ignore whatever, right? It's like
Yeah.
that's what we want. And I know against Curve, he'll be mad. He'll probably like have interactions where he'll just like play lazily. He'll be like, "Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
sitting there. It doesn't matter. I'm annoyed. It'll work." And then use up
Hmm.
smash when he dies. It's like if you can punish him for those spots, that is a massive shift. He will start
Yeah.
losing stocks in like all of these random, quote unquote, random spots, right? If you can
Hmm.
scope it out.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot like I felt that the like momentum really like game two in this set, he like obliterated me on Dreamland, and it was just
Mm.
like every single stock was a 0 to death. But then sometimes, if I feel like I'm hitting ledge dashes, each ledge dash is like times 10 the value because he's like, oh, filthy box players keep
Yes.
ledge dash. So it's like each ledge dash is so much more valuable.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree. Man, Christian is such a good person to have like this lesson against because it's just like it's so like with him it is so obvious the exact emotional state he's in at any given point. It's so
Yeah.
obvious. So
Yes.
and he also
Yeah.
has
It
a
really, play really reflects that.
yeah, yeah, and
His physical, like you can kind of just feel him like getting tilted.
yeah, man, I've played so many sets against Christian, and you could really just it's awesome. It's always been this way.
It's always been
it really has always been this way. I'm not even gonna lie. All
Yeah.
right, we start streaming and let me know when you can see it.
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, cool.
I'm White Fox here.
Okay, okay. I was looking at Blue Fox. And
Yes.
I was like, wait, doesn't Christian play Blue Fox? Fuck.
Yeah.
That was a good dash dance. That was a really good dash dance. But then you like, this is something that happens a lot, and I'm not
Hmm.
sure how I feel about it specifically yet. But there's a lot of times where in the new meta, where I feel like foxes are really good about doing these precise dash dances, but then it's like the way that they play out of it didn't make me feel like they wanted exactly what happened to happen. And so it's like,
Yeah.
I see this dash dance, you broke his ankles. You could just like have hit him directly. If you really
Hmm.
knew that what was gonna happen was gonna happen, you could have like actually done something about it. Whether it's like drifting in with your drill or like doing a bear
Yeah.
or something, right? Like you could have like done something. But then you do this drill that just like crosses him up super hard, and it's like I think that people ended up playing this way more because it's has potential to be high value in some ways, and it
Hmm.
also like lessens the mental stack because you don't have to like make precise decisions. Like I know what I'm gonna do, but I feel like there's probably some like balance where I feel like
Hmm.
you can decide to be more precise with how you do it, or you could just like, all right, I want center stage and I want to do my thing and it'll be fine regardless. And that's
Yeah.
not to say that this decision was even bad. I don't think this decision was bad at all. I'm just like
Hmm.
that's just like kind of a thought that I've had watching a lot more foxes nowadays, and I think it might be something. It might be worthwhile because if you
Hmm.
really were willing to like hit him directly here when you read him attacking in this way or avoided him in this way, you could have maybe done something and like potentially killed him if you got the
Yeah.
right hit. Like maybe if you drilled him, he gets drill grab up air, or maybe you do wave dash back shine when you cross like you
Hmm.
cross up wave dash back shine, and then maybe he gets quarter pressured or something happens. Right? It's like okay,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think what you did was wrong.
I've been trying to do that's like a shield pivot drill, which is like really easy on box, where
Yeah.
like you kill all your momentum and then you drill in place basically.
Mm-hmm.
But I missed the shield there.
That makes sense.
But even having that contingency plan, like I never would think to like wave dash back shine there.
Yeah,
As,
like what if you could just run through them, right? Instead of jumping, and then you get some. Maybe you wave dash back, read a shine, and then just up smash them. Like there's so many things you could do, or whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. You hit this late bear out of your full hop, and I think I kind of wish you played it differently. I know what you meant to do, but I feel like after this, I'm thinking like, okay, he got hit by a bear. He probably wasn't expecting it. He might shine. He might shield. He might full hop. He might jab, right? And it's like, which of those things are like technically he could also dash back, but most people aren't going to dash back in spots where they're not ready to do that.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, which of these things matter? I don't want to get hit by a shine. I don't want to do an action into a spot dodge. Okay. And then it's like, I don't think I really care about getting hit by jab. And if he full hops and I decide to play slightly reactive, I could like realize that and play around it. And so it's like, okay, I think that like once you hit this bear, you could just set up pressure. Because most of the things that'll follow won't really hit you directly and also won't really like you have a good position on them. Like if you just do this bear and then do like one dash dance in time like an aerial to hit spot dodge, that's pretty late. You hit the spot dodge, it's chilling, he full hops. You could see that because you're dashing back and setting something up. And then if you hold shield, you get pressure. Or maybe you could change your decision and like realize last minute and do like empty land grab instead of like a nair or something, right? It's like
that's nice.
You could do like so many things and you have advantage. But instead I feel like you do this nair where it's like, okay, you definitely meant to dash back there, obviously. Yeah. And it probably would have hit him shining, but I don't feel like it was the best way to get value out of this spot, right? And that's kind of...
A lot of times I'll get a dead nair. Like, it's just a nair, but it'll kind of like reset to neutral.
Yeah, it's like you get like a nair and it's like, well, fuck, I guess maybe I get like a nair shine at best before knockdown percent.
Exactly.
I think that like... We've seen two situations so far where it's kind of like being slightly more specific with the way you decide to play them out would help immensely. And they're like meaningful openings that you have earned, but you aren't taking them, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a big thing is kind of like tick-based like play where like if I think he's going to spot dodge, if I'm playing against a better player, I never know about spot dodge. But like just knowing, just like literally whatever I'm about to do, whatever punish, just do it half a second later because there's going to be some defensive option and you can at least see what he's going to be doing if he's spot dodging or shield.
Yeah, I agree. And I think sometimes you can go as fast as possible. Like a lot of the time, I hit this late bear, I just dash back grab immediately. I'm like, fuck it, I know you're going to hold shield. But just like making an actual decision that like provides value, I think is the big part.
Yeah.
Oh, you miss your wave shine and then miss your timing.
Full hop laser in place.
Definitely happens. Yeah, I can't shine the shield. Nice. Oh, that's fine. Actually, that's probably not fine now that I think about it.
The F tilt?
Yeah.
The F tilt's just not working out for me lately.
Yeah, no, F tilt is like, whether it hits a beta ledge or not, is like essentially literally RNG.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah, it's like actually just some of the angles get hit by it, some of them don't, and it's hard to tell from the vertical and horizontal, whatever the fuck. It's just not really reliable. And so I feel like what you did up to that point was really good, but you just have to like, there's nothing, you can't get around having to grab ledge to read a beta ledge here.
Yeah.
So
true.
I think either just wave dashing back or like doing it out of your shine stall works.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Oh no, you messed up and now you might live. Oh no.
Yeah.
You tried to do something freaky.
Freaky.
Yeah. I don't know. You can just grab ledge when he's that far. There's no reason to like delay it. He's just so far that you can just do it.
Yeah.
Oh, look, he did bear grab.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes they will hold shield, and I think it's a good
Yeah.
read to go for. I feel like that drill was pretty autopilot. You like reset to neutral, and you're like, I got to do something, but it's like, what if you're stash dancing? You
Yeah.
know? Because I think it was a really good reset, but then the drill was just not. You did not pay attention to where he was at all.
No, he was in the range where like you just kind of drill and it hits nothing, and then
Yeah.
they punish.
Oh, nice. You did a delay thing, and it worked out pretty well. Good reaction to the spacing. Wow.
Yeah,
That
I really
was
want to
like,
get more power shield up smash in there.
yeah, no, that was a very good awareness to like not grab or shine to actually up smash. Oh, that was good.
That was nasty.
Yeah.
Jump shine grab. I think a lot of times I'll ledge dash and I'll just try and get center stage immediately, but sometimes it's better to just shield in the corner or something.
Yeah, I agree. I think you could gauge the type of person you're playing against, because a lot of the time I'll like ledge dash, get 10 frames a gallon, and be like, I'm literally going to CC or I'm going to shield. It's like I just know it's gonna work, and I think picking is important, because I think people like Christian, he's definitely the type to like, once he looks like he's gonna do a type of thing, he'll probably end up actually doing that type of thing. And so you look at like where he's at when you like are on the ledge, he's pretty far away, and it's like when you're that far away, you're probably gonna respect ledge. You don't like look where he's at. Oh yeah, he was like in an awkward spot, he messed up, and then look at where he's at, and he ends up spacing around. It's like, okay, and I think that is an important thing to realize. Or you got hit here. I feel like you did not deserve it. It deserves to get hit here.
Yeah, that's my point here.
Yeah, I feel like your dash dance was just not like very discriminate. Like that backer's fine, running shining verse fine, and then you just like, I think you knew that you had to dash dance, which is good, but you like weren't actually aware of like Fox's threat range, because this is exactly where Fox hits if he tries to hit you. If he just does like a full drift in fast fall aerial. Oh yeah, guess what? Sure. And you like didn't do something about that. Maybe you could have dashed all the way back and wave dash down, or maybe you could have full hopped or like shielded, right? But I feel like you kind of didn't realize that you had to play the situation out that way.
I'm really liking I think conceptually just wave dashing down there and like kind of like mentally resetting and being like, hey, what are you looking for?
Yeah, I think wave dash down is, I love wave dash down for stuff like that, because you can just put yourself really far away and just look and be like, I'm ready to do whatever I need to do, because any button is available, you know?
It's like erasing the whiteboard. Like you can just be like, all right, what am I drawing? Like, actually doing here?
Yeah. There too, you also kind of like dashed forward into his hitbox, and it's like, I don't think you've gotten like super hard punished for it either time, but like these aren't good spots. Like you get hit by this, you're shielding, he has awareness, he does like shine grab or something, or like shine there, and then pressures you moving forward out of it or something, and like doesn't get shined out of shield. He has like good tech skill.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Nice. Oh my god, accidental light shield. Or maybe that was intentional. I'm not sure how box works. Okay.
I'm really trying to, like, box light shield is so easy. Sometimes I feel like I should only be light shielding because it's so flexible.
Yeah, I've heard people talk about that. So, yeah, that makes sense. I feel like here, honestly, in the Ditto, I don't think you, unless you're on a platform, there's not much risk of getting shield poked. And since you don't have to worry about ADT, I think it's probably worth it to actually always hard shield. Just because, like, if you were hard shielding there, you probably could have shield grabbed or shined out a shield that up tilted.
That's true.
But since you got pushed so far back, you had to like full hop the platform, and the position actually was not good for you once you were like, this spacing as the shielder is really bad for you, right?
Yeah, that makes sense actually. Sometimes I hope that it takes me to ledge, because then I can just get like a free ledge dash or something. Or buffer jump out of the light shield and then just jump as early as possible.
Yeah. Cool. messed up your corner
Mm-hmm.
pressure. Oh, also that double jump. You should just fall to ledge.
Yeah.
If you ever have the opportunity to just fall to ledge, you should probably take it. Because this
Always.
double jump is like, you doing this double jump, if he was just like trying to scope something out, he just dash attacks and kills you instantly.
Yeah. Literally just dash attack.
Yeah. Oh, you just messed up and bared.
Yeah.
Happens. Nice. And a shield. Oh, you missed your up smash.
Yeah.
That was a good up smash. Actually, it was a bad up smash. I forgot. Percent.
It's bad percent, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. I always up smash there, but I also get reversal there, and I'm like, damn, maybe I shouldn't up smash. Yeah, no, you should grab, and if you get what you could do is you could grab and then do a deep grab, so you like push him forward, kind of. You know how it works when like because like when you grab, you still are like sliding. So if you do a deep enough grab, you could get one where you slide forward a little bit and get to forward throw closer to the edge.
Yeah, that's nice.
I think that's good. You could also up throw, and if they're trying to tech up smash, then they'll miss the tech on the up throw,
That's
so
true.
you can instant up air. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of those are good things to do. I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Nice. Shine again. Oh.
Yeah.
I think if he shined again, he was just dead. Or forward throw. Either one. Shine is an instant kill, but forward throw is also still very good.
Yeah. Yeah, he was just shielding.
Yeah. It's just like, he was like, you like shined him into the corner, and he tech rolled, and it's like, you know, you should probably be reacting, right? So you could have just like shined him out of the tech roll, since you were close enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, but you didn't hit your combo.
No.
Like you went for the hit, but definitely were not prepared to get the hit.
Exactly.
Because I get that hit, I'm like, it's time. I dash forward, try hop up air, super easy. But I think you misread or misjudged. These lasers aren't very good. They just don't do that much. Or like putting you in the like, if he was like just running forward at that point incidentally, you'd get hit a million times out of a million. And it's like, this laser doesn't do all that much. It's just like, yeah, the problem with them, I guess, is that like you're so close when you do them. Not that you're lasering itself, but that you're like doing them forward and it's putting you closer to him. Yeah, I feel like if you weren't lasering, you'd like just be like, oh, he's just dash dancing, I'm gonna running shine him.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like at least like get some sort of like, you just take center stage essentially, because he's just dash dancing right here.
Exactly.
I also feel like, I don't know how much you feel this, but every time there's like a situation and you guys both kind of like whiff at each other, your first intention is almost always to like do something immediate. So it's like, oh, you both whiff, let me dash forward, frame one there. Or, oh, we both whiff, let me run forward and try and running shine. It's like, I think if you dash dance in those spots, you will catch a lot of people.
True, okay.
I think it's super duper good, because we could look at like, this spot, you're dash dancing, he does this boundary shield, he gets pressured, right? But you try to dash back in to hit him. Or, that position, you start dash dancing, he wave dashes down here, you're in center stage, you get to like, play an actual situation out instead of whiffing right in front of him, right?
Yeah, okay.
Or like there, you keep dash dancing, he has this wave dash back up tilt, you up smash him, and he dies, right? But every time you've been like, I gotta go forward, I guess you CC it incidentally. But like, every time you're like, I gotta go forward, and I think that's both exploitable, and you're also not like really taking into account that other people are also probably playing on the mix up there that you could like interact with, you know?
Exactly. You can just wait out whatever their panic option is.
Yeah, and I do think going immediately is a good thing sometimes, but it has to be intentional, right? For anything to be good, it probably has to be like well intentioned. On the shield, bad tech chase. You should probably practice tech chasing off Shine. I don't think you've hit one yet. I remember one thing that Direct Fox says is he randomly was just like, yeah, I don't know. Once I started tech chasing off Shine, the Ditto got way easier. I started beating every Fox, and I was like, yeah, probably makes sense if you could combo when they don't.
Exactly. Because then if you're not sure about a tech chase, I find like I struggle a lot with tech in place, just reacting, but like I
Yeah,
feel like I can do it with shine.
yeah.
And so then like the hard tech chases become shines, and then the easy ones become actual follow ups for me. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I just keep I just keep resetting to neutral every time I shine him.
Yeah. Man, if you're attacking instead of lasering there, you would have hit him. You like jumped forward and you're like, I got this, and then didn't
Yeah.
do a button. You just would have nailed him out of the air.
That's really true.
Like that, you dash dance, good corner play. That grab was weird, but
Yeah.
here's another spot where I feel like you did the thing where you're like pretty good dash dance, and then you would like choose to play the following situation pretty broadly, so you don't actually get that good of value. And so it's like
Mm-hmm.
good dash dance to avoid the full hop, and then it's like once you know he's full hopping like that, because it's obvious you've read him full hopping and like fast falling in that way. Why not like try and grab him? He dies if you get a grab here, or try and running shine. If you tech chase off shine, get an up smash, he's dead. So it's like even getting like a nair is probably better than getting like this drill where you like fade super far forward, he goes past you, and then you have to play a mix up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That
Um,
makes a lot of sense actually. Sometimes I feel like with the Marth matchup, I feel really confident in that matchup because I'll like think of it as like you're on a rail and like
mhm,
you're not allowed to leave the ground because a lot of the time I feel like I'll lose positioning because I'm just jumping around. But like if I stay grounded and I'm just running shining and like shining and then grabbing, like I feel like that really helps. But I never think of the spacey matchups like that.
yeah, I think it's definitely pretty similar with Fox.
Yeah.
Falco kind of depends. I think the
Mm.
knowing when to be grounded and when to be in the air against Falco is kind of confusing. It's like
Yeah.
relatively complex because there's a lot of spots where you can full hop and sometimes get value, but being on the ground's actually better for playing in situations. And like, there's also like inherent mix-ups, and it gets kind of like wonky with Falco. But I definitely agree with Fox.
But yeah. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
no. You like juked him out, and he's like on the ground, and you were chilling. You had nothing to worry about, right?
I'll break the ankles and I'll just fuck around.
Yeah, it's like I go up there, I realize he's not following me up. I
Mm-hmm.
dash to the left every time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe sometimes I don't go off the platform. Maybe sometimes I do and I land on the side plat. Maybe I go to the ground. Who knows? But like,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely never run off to the side that he's on. You know.
That makes a lot of sense.
Oh. And he just like hits you for it, and it's like, damn. I guess that's
Yeah.
how it be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you played that position kind of. Didn't feel like
Didn't
you're.
be sacked.
Hmm. It like made sense. It's like you saw him do the spare, but you just weren't specific enough. Because
Mm-hmm.
like there are a lot of spots where people do rising bear like this, and you just get to bear them. But if you look
Yeah.
at the spacing that he ends up at, and the timing, it's just like it didn't really work out that way.
Yeah.
I
And it
think
put me in a huge disadvantage state.
yeah, I think it's probably best just like wave dash forward out of shield, or maybe wave dash down, or just something that gets you out of shield. Like even if you
Yeah.
like he does the spare and you roll, that's just so much better than like trying to like pressure that specific like spacing and timing.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now you probably die for it. Oh, cool.
Jeez.
It was good from him. Oh no, you're
Cool.
dead. Oh, never
That's
mind.
nice.
Oh my god, what's happening? The ledge? Everyone knew.
Yeah.
Nice up smash. Oh my god, you had him. You could have kept comboing. Yeah. So, um, cool. Good awareness that you're going through. I feel like your drift still wasn't that great. You drifted like relatively far forward. So one thing that you can do to make sure that you like are able to drift the way you want more, is do the drill later. If you do the drill later,
Yeah.
you could like I don't know what maybe melee physics. Maybe I'm wrong, but you like can drift slightly further back and like actually like have a drill that lands on the backside of them if you just like do it delayed. You don't have to do it super delayed, just like not frame one. Because when you do
Yeah,
like frame one aerials, there's some quality about it, but mostly you'll be jumping forward and then drifting back. But like, what if you like aren't jumping forward? What if you just like neutral jump or something? Just like there's some like variance that needs to happen so you don't like end up in front of them. Good read, good awareness. You could just do run forward nair here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fall off nair or like chill drop.
Fall off nair.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just have to realize fast enough.
Yeah.
But I think you could.
That's a combo tree I haven't really like finished like mentally.
Yeah, and if you get the fall off nair there, you just probably like sometimes you could like full hop shine, like you do the snare and then he double jumps and you could read a shine, or you could just hit a side beat. It's like it's a normal recovery position, but you just have time to cover everything most of the time. Oh no! Oh my goodness! Oh shine! Don't tech chase! Oh
yeah.
No. I feel like you were playing pretty panicked. I feel like once you drop the combo and you get hit by the snare, it's like full up nair. It's like okay, wait, you could like stand still in the corner and make him hit you. You mess up, and I don't know how good I felt about that drill. Then you do like a weird shield drop forward nair when you probably could have just like spaced the bear and hit. And you weren't ready to tech chase when that was a free grab. Then you missed your clutch dash. Yeah. I mean, for what it's, I think there's a lot of spots that you played well. I just think that at least that game, having a better grasp of, like Fox's front range again. You know, it's not going to be. It's going to take a long time to learn it. It's very hard, but like when he can hit you in all those spots, knowing like how to play out advantage state, because you saw the spots where like you hit the bear and were like had to play an advantageous but not direct mix up out, playing those. And I think like smaller things between like, you know, there's a top platform situation where you went off to the wrong side, or you hit these shines and you're not actually converting off of them when it's like possible, and you would have like, if you hit 2 of your shine tech chases, that game is probably a 2 stock.
Yeah, exactly. All the like, there's literally like 4 shines that just lead into like a complete neutral reset.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty big.
Yeah.
Or I think you could probably do a. All right. There's also the thing we talked about, I guess, where when you like both kind of whiff at each other and have to play the following situation with ambiguous frame advantage and stuff, you almost always pick like the forward most option. But I think sometimes dash sensing and waiting it out is important.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's like the nervous thing, is that whenever I'm like in doubt, I hold forward and do a nair or something that's like really mid level.
Yeah.
They're really like, just waiting is the best, because then like I'm not in a nervous state. Like the entire time I would be full hop nairing, I'm nervous, and then what I do after that is like, you know, shaky. But if you're just standing still, no matter what happens after that is probably going to be a little more controlled.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like there's like a level of comfort that you have to hit for you to like even be willing to like stand there or like do like some sort of precise dash dance, and I think that would help a lot. Oh yeah, there's also the thing about like I don't know if I already mentioned this, I don't recall, but being more like discerning when you play out like positions where you like outplay the opponent in some sense, but don't like get a direct hit off of it. So it's like the first interaction of the very match. It's like you do this really precise dash dance around him, like I think doing a running shine drill or something, and it's like if you were, or maybe it was just a normal drill, but like if you already are playing the situation out in that way where it's like you're spacing super precise, you have to like make a decision on if you want to actually like play it out broadly for the, you know, just so it's easier, or like if you want to actually like hunker down and hit the option, and like making that like a decision, I think is really important, because there's multiple times this match where you had him, but then you like play the situation out in like a more broad way, and you actually like didn't get any value from it, even though you outplayed him, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it just kind of fizzles.
Yeah, and sometimes it's okay to do that because the first time you got center stage immediately after being cornered. It's like, okay, maybe you didn't want to play the first interaction of the match out super specifically and get shined off the stage and die, and that's totally reasonable. And so I don't think the drill is bad. But then there's another spot where it's like everyone knew he was drilling forward, and you knew it too, but then you did a super far forward drill and didn't actually get a punish on it. It's like, well, wait, it's he was at 70, I think. And it would have been a great hit to get a grab or even a better drill or maybe a nair or something,
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely.
yeah. Does that all make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of really good stuff in there, and just things to practice. But really having these mental resetters, I think, are really good, just to remember what the actual game plan is, as opposed to doing I feel like it's really just filtering out all of these interactions where if I thought about them for half a second, I'd be like, wow, there's actually 0% chance that anything happens out of this.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, we can do maybe the next game, I guess, because I get destroyed, and then maybe a quick left video. Or I've been watching a lot of Aklo and Hacks. I really like how Aklo has been playing at the nightclub lately. It feels very easy to watch and very mental.
That makes sense. I haven't watched much of Aklo, so I honestly have no idea. But I definitely have seen him. He's been doing very well in the Ditto. So
yeah.
Oh, you had him. You even had the right read. You just timed it. Yeah, you just have to you have to do a backflip so you can actually drift to have your bear hit right here. Yeah,
you can't be forward facing.
Yeah, you have to specifically get the drift to get there. Because you see, your bear would have hit him. It would have hit him, and he would have just died.
Or should I just wave dash back and just shine, or double shine?
I think bear is better. Shine is just too. Shine is a one frame move.
Yeah,
I'd rather just bear and have it be easier and have it end up in the same spot. Because if you just do backflip bear, you cover all of these timings with that bear without even having to think about it,
Yeah, true.
And then you get a shine after anyways. You mess up again, and then you dash forward out of the awkward position.
Yep.
Well, I feel once you end up in this spot where you're rolling, I'm honestly not doing anything other than shielding or crouching.
Yeah.
Right. There's just no reason not to do either of those things because you're not going to get out of the way, right?
Yeah, exactly. You have no time.
Yeah. Again, the laser's probably not that great. Yeah. I think that was a problem in the first lesson too. I feel like you're just kind of indiscriminately lasering, but I think you might have to play some amount of melee without jump B being an action that you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't think any of them have been very intentional or good.
No, it's getting me 2% at most. That's about it.
Yeah, it's getting you 2% and half the time putting you in your opponent's death spot.
Yeah.
Alright, got an opening off of it though. Never mind, it's the best. Oh. Man, I feel okay, I will be a bit more critiquing because there's things that are kind of going wrong, but I don't know how important they are. But definitely worth talking about if you're losing stocks off of it. That forward tilt again, doesn't really work. Having bad defense, trying to shine on the shield in that spot when you can't really do that. You just have to hold shield because it was a super duper late nair, right?
And
then
my shine out of shield has been a bit autopilot, especially in this set. In the last game, I lose the stock at 6% because I shine out of shield, and then for some reason I don't have a jump. And it's just spaces that it just doesn't really. Besides resetting to neutral, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I agree. I do feel I actually have a lot of thoughts on your edge guards after watching both the last match and this one, and it's just I think you grab ledge and it does not feel or I guess I want to ask, when you're edge guarding, how concerned are you about your opponent's side being? And do you have ways to deal with them side being that also lets you cover up B.
Sometimes I kind of pre-decide as to what I'm like really focused on. So like if they'll side B, if I'm like feeling that they're side being a lot, I'll do a run off, fast fall, and then jump nair, try and catch things like going through. But usually I try and I think I just grab ledge a lot of the time and then just see what happens. I don't know if I really have a game plan there actually.
Yeah, because I think like in this spot, the way that I would have played it would be completely different from you, and I think that I would have probably had some chance of hitting the edge guard. And so it's like you get this running shine there. I would have after the nair immediately. I would have rolled to ledge, so I'm at the edge of the stage. I'm always there every single time I edge guard. And then from that spot, I would have short hopped. So if he did do the jump side B, I'd be able to bear it on reaction. And then once I get to this point, what a good thing about like choosing to play positions that where you react to side B is the ledge grab timing that follows after is really good if they do up B in those spots instead. And so if I short hop there and then realize he was, up being, I'd wave dash back to edge, and then I'd be invincible as he's like starting to move with up B. And that's like what you want your invincibility to end up looking like, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that like I guess we could talk about this more, but like having ways to punish side B that you can do on reaction make these spots way better. Because you grab ledge so early here, you're like, fuck, it's kind of awkward. And then what ends up happening is when you grab ledge that early, you have to actually refresh. But then when you refresh, you give up potential side Bs that you could be covering. And so it's like, fuck, Because you could be like, oh, he's up being, I get to double jump refresh and then I bear. But then he doesn't have to be up being here. He could be double jumping above, right? And side being in all these different ways, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you're giving up a lot of opportunities by like, not having ways to deal with side B reactively. Mr. Crouch Tech Chase could have up smashed. And then you get, I feel like you just, I don't know. I don't think this game has even necessarily been a failure of neutral. I just think that like, you haven't really taken, like, I guess it's more that like, it has been in the sense that I think it feels like you've probably played pretty lazy and haven't like taken a step back and just like chilled out in neutral. Like every time something happens, you're like, I gotta interact, I gotta do the thing, I gotta do X thing, and you're not like being specific about it at all. It's like the lasers. You've kind of thrown away tons of actions just by lasering. It's like, oh, you're not really like dash chancing and waiting for him to do a thing. It just feels like you're running at him. And then it's like, once you get like these hits, maybe they're good hits, maybe they're not. You're not like actually capitalizing off them. And now it's like you're down 4 stocks to 1 because none of those things went well,
Exactly. Yeah, I think there's a lot of like playing neutral that I'll be like, okay, well, don't get hit, but then you'll kind of forget like, all right, well, I'm just like spacing back airs, like I'm not actually getting anything substantial.
Yeah, and you could also like even talk about like the specific mistakes you make that are like things that I've kind of been glossing over, where it's like, oh, in this spot from the beginning of the match, it's like you get him off stage, you do the bear, and then the second bear doesn't hit, and you like roll instead of dashing. It's like, okay, well, you messed up, you lost your opportunity into pressure. Or like, oh, you missed your L cancel and forward smash into the corner. It's like, these are also things that are relevant in you losing, because he's punishing them, right? But it's like, I haven't been super like scrutinizing when talking about them, because it's like, okay, well, obviously you're gonna mess up. Or it's like that shine, I don't know what this shine would have ever done,
Exactly. No, those are freebies. Those are things that are like, well, I would never consciously want to do that again.
Yeah, right. It's like, you hit that up smash, why not just run off and shine stall and then bear the side B on reaction? That seems pretty good.
Yeah, true.
But instead we're doing, running shine turnaround off the stage and letting God decide how it plays out. Or there, you mess up your dash into the corner, you drop your wallet and start turning around. It's like, all these minute things do lead to you just getting like 4 stock. And maybe that's the part that we have to focus on. Maybe it's like, you have to win, so many things have just gone wrong back to back to back. You should take a moment and just like, focus on doing things normally. Maybe just like spend time dash chancing and not even like, I'm just gonna dash chance and I'm gonna like reset. And that like, because I feel like what's definitely happening is you've been like in the action so much that it's like you haven't even had the opportunity to. And maybe in the times when you like would have the opportunity to, you're messing up in them. But like, I don't know. It,
Yeah, there's no thought process.
yeah,
It's literally as soon as I drop down, I'm at him, or I'm like lasering.
yeah. Run forward. Have bad CC tech skill, end up in an awkward position, miss your crouch tech
Mm-hmm.
chase, do a
Yeah.
probably greedy side B. I'm not really sure. Recovery.
Yeah.
Miss your L cancel,
Yeah.
right?
All of
Miss
them.
your dash forward.
Mm-hmm.
That was not a good grab. I think you were just
Yeah.
grabbing because it's like the thing that we talked about where it's like once situation ends, you're like, fuck, I gotta go back in. I think he's gonna do something, but it's like, why not wait?
Yeah.
You got that roll, you can just dash dance. You don't have to like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
attack immediately. You don't have a jump, you're definitely dead here. Never mind, he doesn't kill you. That
Yeah.
wasn't good. You miss your dash, so you don't get the tech chase. You're also lasering when you probably could
Yeah.
have been like setting up a tech chase. It's like all these things. There's like so many like small things going wrong that are definitely like a part of why you know you're losing
Mm-hmm.
in this way. I don't feel like happened last game.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of things like I'll spend time doing like I'll give myself less time to do things that have meaning.
Yeah, damn. He got wild smashed yet on this drill. So surprised.
Oh yeah,
That was
crazy.
just insane smash shot. He got so far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like I don't know. That game was just like I could tell you to look at all the specific spots and be like, yeah, practice those, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't feel that valuable. I feel like it's more the most important takeaway is like seeing that you're messing up a ton in these quote unquote kind of random feeling ways and
Mm-hmm.
like being able to ground yourself and like be like, okay, this is happening. I need to like find a way to like return to normalcy, you know?
Yep, exactly. Having like even just mental checks, like that's what Deez talks about this week at our locals.
Yeah.
He's always like, I like the joke is like I'm ahead, I should go to ledge and like use my advantage. Oh, I'm behind, I should go to ledge. And, like think about what I need to do. It's like you need these like just like eraser moments where you're like, oh, okay, like nothing's working, like everything I'm doing is like not pointless, but like
It feels that
every
way when you're playing, definitely.
yeah, exactly. Like nothing is working. Like what has been working, yeah, just
Yeah.
mental reasons.
Yeah, sometimes you literally just need to like a new canvas it. And it
Yeah,
feels
exactly.
bad to hear that because it's like, well, okay, what about me getting four stocked in this match? But it's like,
Yeah.
those are like you not being focused is like why. It's because it's like
Yeah.
what happens a lot of the time is people play the first stock poorly and things go wrong and they like don't pick up the slack. It's not like a new stock. They're like going into the next stock feeling the exact same way they did in the first stock. And it's like,
Yeah,
what's gonna change, you know?
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it's like I feel like melee is a very like threshold based game, so it's not like I lost like 37 interactions there. It's that
Yeah.
like I mean even like if that happened, the point is like you'll lose certain interactions in a way that like the threshold is passed and like mentally and like no matter what like things aren't working out in a way that like I can't pass that threshold again as to
Yeah.
like get meaningful openings. I don't know if that makes sense, but
No,
like
it makes sense. Yeah.
yeah.
I
Um
agree.
I've got one FD game after this if we want to do a quick
Uh
FD.
I guess. Honestly, FD
Yeah.
I don't have the most thoughts on. All I really will say is, do you chain grab?
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally.
Alright.
Yes.
If you chain grab, then you could watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, otherwise it's just painful to watch
Yeah.
no chain grabs.
Yeah, it's just like we're on FD. You play FD to chain grab, so
Yeah, exactly. No, I love the box chain grab.
yeah. Okay. Again, you couldn't do the laser, and you actually get hit for it this time.
Yeah,
Not the
exactly.
best.
No, the lasers are done. I'm not lasering again.
Yeah, no, we have to give up on that. You miss your crouch tech chase again. That's something you should practice,
Yeah.
actually.
I was really struggling with him getting like neutral get up out of mistech.
Yeah, neutral get up is the hardest one for sure, but
Yeah.
you could do it with enough practice.
I like it with Shine. I feel like Shine is my best way to hit that.
Yeah, shine definitely is like makes it a lot easier to hit it. But what happens a lot of the time is you shine and then get another crouch tech chase afterwards anyways. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't like how it repeats. I normally tend to just like grab or up smash if I'm in the corner or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you weren't lasering there, you could have done something about him naring.
Mm-hmm.
The heck is happening? He just
Yeah,
like dropped his
shenanigans.
combo like a million times, and man, this
Yeah,
is such a classic. It's so hard to like get out of like people dropping combos in dumb ways. But like
yeah,
that like dash attack, true combo, like he just was able to tech chase your shine. Like what the fuck? Or like
yeah,
here, you like don't realize that he messes up in a weird way, and so instead of like shielding or something on wake up, you shine and get bared. It's like,
yeah.
it's important to be good at those spots. But man, it sucks that it happens.
Yeah, the beauty of melee, like he'll keep on messing up, but he just puts himself in a position where it's like, okay, well, it's like when you miss your chain grab, but then they tech to where you missed it. You're like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's like cool, I
cool.
guess.
Yeah,
Oh, nice, you hit it this time. Regrab, fourth throw, bear. You don't have to bear this up B.
yeah, mm-hmm.
You could just like grab it. So
Yeah.
do this. You could just like delay your dash a little bit and just
Mm-hmm.
grab forward right in this place. And I don't think
Exactly.
Fox has enough drift to actually avoid it.
Or up tilt or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
you
a
can
lot.
also up tilt. Just like something that will like put him back in like the chain grab position.
Yeah, I did not mean to back here. Sometimes I'll do something that is I know is wrong out of the chain grab.
Yeah, you should always wave dash up tilt to this percent. Or fair,
Exactly.
I guess. Fair
Yeah.
and wave dash up tilt are your
Fair
best
texting.
things. Yeah. Again, I feel like you didn't really have a plan for side B.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I would have probably been standing on stage and been like, if I see a side B, I'm gonna nair. Like you could do
Yeah.
rising nair in reaction to side B and like hit it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, good dash ends up smash. No, you went in. You could have just dashed. Like this is like the exact timing of like almost everything, or almost all the times you get hit. Is there's slight delay and then you dash in. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh. You don't
Exactly.
tech chase.
Yep.
Didn't grab his side B.
Mm-hmm.
Wave dash the wrong way. Shine. Up till soft aerial tech chase. Oh, good jump out. Wow, I didn't know you could.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you don't punish his dash attack. It's because you're lasering.
Exactly.
It's because you're yeah. Honestly, I feel like a lot of the things going wrong in this match are nearly exactly the same as the first match.
Yeah.
So,
That's
I think,
great.
It showed great. I think it might be best to watch someone else play the Ditto and see if you can kind of see the spots where maybe they decide to wait or whatever.
Exactly.
I actually want to show you me playing the matchup because I think I play the matchup in a way that I don't think other foxes play it, and I think you might
Okay.
be able to learn a thing or two.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, I changed it. This is a random match of me playing Geo from the other day.
Cool. You're lasering. Oh, I'm kidding.
Laser. Yeah.
Wait a second.
Oh, hit my crouch tech chase.
Yeah.
Hit my combo. I go for a read. I mess up. I meant to forward tilt instead of jab. If I forward tilt, it actually hits him. You see how my forward tilt would hit right here?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Play corner well. This is fine. I like how after the bear goes through his invincibility, it's not like I'm playing.
Yeah.
I'm like still playing situation, and I realize I walk up down tilt, get this combo.
Yeah.
Bear, go for something. I shine stall because I know if I hit the shine, he could probably tech it, or maybe I won't hit the shine, and so I'm still ready to do something. And so he does this air dodge. If he lands on stage, he gets spared anyways, right?
Nice.
Cool. Good first stock. Oh, I think
Like
I
that
messed up
walk.
my dash here, but I do definitely have been walking a lot lately.
Walking is hot. Walking is like total control in melee. Like
Yeah.
walking is so good.
I'm definitely a walking fan. I wish I. It's not like I reacted poorly. He just full hopped and read me because I definitely was like, "Oh, he's dashing forward." I got it. Nice.
Yeah.
Also, I like how the way I play this situation after this position is I get this awkward shine, and I'm like, I'm just dash dance and play neutral.
Yeah.
Oh, I go for this grab that maybe would have gone for, maybe would have nared, but I definitely assumed he was going to hold shield, and he did not.
Damn.
Nice tech chase.
Yeah. Oh, I know
Yeah,
that one, brother.
yeah. Nice. Tech chase.
Yeah, that's great.
I missed my nair. All right, great.
Look at you boys tech chasing. Oh, so
Oh, look at this. I like realized that the position's awkward, and I feel like I made a very, very like aware decision instead of like I was like, oh, I know he's gonna shine. What if he
yeah.
shine wave dashes down or shine short hops or shine wave dashes forward? The up smash hits. It's like totally fine. Or I like how here in this weird position, it's like I miss my up smash. I'm shining. I'm not like doing an aerial. I'm just full hopping, landing, and I'm probably gonna play neutral
Yeah.
after, right? Oh, look at
Mhm.
that! I broke his ankles, right? It's like I feel like every spot that like has been kind of awkward, I've played out in like a relatively like intelligent way. And obviously
Mhm.
Gio's also good, so he's like read me some of the times, right? It's like here
Yeah.
I broke his ankles and he was ready to like up tilt when I went for my thing.
Mhm. Yeah.
Nice grab ledge, yeah,
Yeah. Nice.
yeah. This one's just like he's so low that can't really get above
Mhm.
ledge, so I get to grab it for free at the side B timing.
People like to side B out of that crouch can or like where you crouch, slide off, and then you just insta side B.
Yeah,
People like,
yeah. Gio does that a lot.
yeah, nice touchdowns.
Yep, I dash dance, and he's just like doing his thing. I'm chilling. I realize he is like about to do a thing, shine. So I try and weave wave dash forward, and then guess what? It's not like I'm still reacting. I wait until he hits the ground to shine him, right? So I actually get like a grounded shine, right? And so it's
Yeah.
like even in these positions, every time it plays out awkwardly, I've still like been aware and like played it out well.
Mhm.
Nice, good tech
Yeah.
chase.
Oh, sick. Oh,
Nice, good
he's
combo.
cooking.
Nice. I like how
Nice.
even in these spots, play evasive. I realize he goes down to the
Mhm.
same side, but I know he can't hit me if I dash all the way back, so I do a really big one. I realize he goes backwards, and then I start
Mhm.
drill shining because it's hard to deal with.
Yeah. It is so hard to deal with. I was gonna ask you what is your take on like the drill shine? Like sometimes it feels like even if you're trying to punish it, it's just so hard to get in there.
Yeah, I think sometimes as a doer, sometimes you're just like, fuck, I need to like, I don't want to get hit by like grab or something or running
Yeah.
shine. And as like the defender, I guess maybe the aggressor in this case, I think full hopping over it's pretty good, or like
Yeah. Mhm.
up smashing it if you really want to read it is good too,
Yeah.
as long as you're
Mhm.
spacing around like the aerial.
Yeah, that's smart.
Nice.
I like that as your neutral tool. It's like the wave dash in shine, wave dash out, just as kind of like a poke. You just kind of like check the test the waters.
Yeah,
Kinda
it's
one,
like I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but I can tell during my wave dash that like, oh, the shine position that I like wanted isn't actually what I wanted. Like my shine wasn't gonna
yeah,
hit him, and so I'm like, okay, I get to wave dash away and go back to playing neutral, right? And I
yeah,
think
that's
I do
great.
a pretty bad jump after, but
That situation happened in the curve set where I wave dash in shine, but then I did like a drill in place, and he was above me full hopping, and then
yeah,
he just gets the punish.
nice. I think here in this spot it looks like I just attack instantly, but it's just like he was whiffing an up air next to me, and it's like that wasn't a
Yeah.
true whiff punish, but he's gonna like try and defend himself, and it's like far enough away to where it's like, oh, he thinks he could get away like from like with dashing, because you don't want to have to show it if you don't like need to, and so he like since he
Hmm.
was far away, he was like, oh, I can get away while running, but obviously that's not the case since I had frame advantage.
Yeah, that was good.
Nice, nice, and then
Get
he's
it.
dead. Yeah, and I feel like that game, it was very every time anything weird happened, I feel like I made a good decision every
Hmm.
time, and it like definitely. It's not like I hit him every time. It's not like I won every interaction
Yeah,
super easily, but it's like there was no point in that match where it left me, and I think that is
exactly.
really important.
Yeah, you never put yourself in like huge disadvantage states. Like if you lost neutral, you lost neutral out of just the sake of the game.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I got outplayed. That's chill. There was no time
Yeah,
where it's like, wow, that was the worst thing I've ever done. That probably shouldn't happen.
yeah,
Or there wasn't any like that
exactly.
felt random, or that wasn't the most like, decisive thing you
Hmm.
could have done. And I think that is pretty important.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's good to watch.
Cool. Mm,
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much. This was really helpful. I'm never gonna laser again in the box setup.
yeah, it's just like lasering is fake, even though it's not fake. It's so fake.
Yeah.
It's
I
so hard
watched
to
that
do
one
well.
video from like 10 years ago being like, why the laser in the Foxton is so good. A lot.
It definitely is good sometimes, but I think lasering is just too hard. It's too
Yeah.
ambiguous if the laser you're doing is actually good or like actually bad. Like it's like the line is very, very, very hard to tell.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh,
All right.
cool.
Oh, thank you so much, man.
Yeah. No. Have a good rest of your, I guess, week. I think we're Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good rest of your week.
Yeah. You too. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I'll talk to you later.
Sure.